This video is going to be about removing the upper tension device from the machine, dismantling it, cleaning it, assembling it, and replacing it back on the machine. It's fairly straightforward. For myself, it's a review. Obviously, I've done tension devices before, and for sure for some of you, it's a review as well. But if you're moving into restorations, sewing machine restorations, maybe this is new for you. And enjoy. On your left, on the viewer's left, is the 201-3. I have already removed the presser bar and the needle bar. That was back early last winter, November-ish, December-ish, when I ended up losing a set screw, and the piece that the set screw went into connected to here. It's not on here right now. Here is the set screw that I was referring to. I really like these 201s. But I like 301s as well. What to do? Sell them, send them off to a good home. But anyway, so that's kind of dismantled there. And then this is the Singer 201-2 that I just received a couple of weeks ago. What I'm going to do in this video is take the tension control off and take it apart, check it out, put it back in, clean in there. Once I take this out, I'll clean in there. So it's pretty exciting. There, we should be lined up for that screw now. There we go, it's backing out of there. Now I'm just going to leave it in there. There. For some, this is a review. For some, this is new. In order to dismantle the device, I press the number dial in, and that releases the pressure on that little stud on the back of the screw, and then I can unscrew it, unthread it. There. Next off comes this number dial, then the tension stud lock washer that has the crossbar there, and then the famous beehive spring, and the plus minus dial with the crossbar. And then here we have the tension device assembly, which consists of the spring, the thread guard, and the discs. There is that screw, and it is right there. And it's an awkward screw to get to because it's right behind the thread guide here, and it's a hard place to light, but there it is, and that's the screw that we have to access to get the stud out or in. And then once that's in, there, so that's in there good and snug now, and I can just, there, it started to snug up there. I'll just get my head out of the way in a second. There. Yeah, everything's nice and tight there now. Everything's solid there now. As part of the clean portion of this video, these 5 pieces from the upper tension device are going to go in the must for rust. This one here is the upper tension stud spring, the beehive string, splash. Here is the upper tension device stud, splash. Here is the upper tension device stud pin, splash. Here is the upper tension device lock washer, splash. Here is the upper tension stud. Well, it's a screw that goes on the end that keeps everything on there. That's what it is. So it's a splash for sure. And then here is the thread guide. So it's a little grungy. I already wire brushed it, but it's still sheener, a little bit of a sheen or a shine that I would have liked. So it's in there. So I'm going to leave them in there for about 5 minutes. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the parts from the must for rust, and this is just soap and dishwashing liquid, a little bit of water, warm water. So I'm just going to put those in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay, I think I got everything. So I'll just swizzle that around a little. The shop towel. I just want to get one and see what it looks like. So let's take a look at this thread guide, and it came out pretty good, especially on that side. It's better than when I hadn't tried, when all I did was wire brush it. This came out tidier for sure. So I'm pleased about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these parts and put them all in here, and I think I'd counted 6 parts. And then I've got my hair dryer right here, and I'm going to make a little bit of noise. There, I think I tripped a circuit breaker. And the circuit breaker I tripped was not the circuit breaker in the circuit breaker panel on the wall. It was the little safety circuit breaker on my extension cord on the roll. Well, I didn't realize I'd been recording all this time, but anyway, just as well. And what I have here is mineral oil. I'm just going to pour a little in a container, and that's what I'm using right now to substitute for sewing machine oil, because I've run short on sewing machine oil. Apply this mineral oil too, and then I'm going to make sure that I wipe it off very well, because we don't want the thread to get lubricated. But it's nice to be able to lubricate it. A pin that helps start all the action. And that, the stop washer, the lock washer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That stud, that screw. Oh cool, I can get in there with, yeah, so, you know, these parts are good for, in goes the stud. I just want to check, I had cleaned this out earlier. Well, there's always a lot in there. There is a stud, and it went in there nice and smoothly. It's nice to see that clean stud. I'm very proud of that, obviously. Now I can tighten this up. And it's easy to get to without the thread guide on there. This is the end of this video, and confident the tension device will work fabulously for decades. But until I get this up and running and stitching, that will be where the thread meets the material. Every time I make one of these videos, I learn a little more. And so in closing, I'd like you to wish you well, keep safe, have fun, and I hope you come back another day for the next video. And I will be working on this 201 and doing some work on the 301s with their motor, with the 301 motors as well, coming up in the next few weeks. So at this point, the 411G is a parts machine. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and going to keep making some videos and coming up with some stories about machines.